Welcome, everyone. I am so happy to see so many families joining us tonight. We are going to be just going over some things for next year for the Modern Media and Communications Magnet. And thank you, teachers and students, for coming out tonight. I know it's summer vacation already for you, so it's great to see so many people joining us. So with that, I'm going to share my screen really fast. All right, so tonight we are, tonight we're going to be talking about the Palms Modern Media and Communications Magnet. Once again, if you just joined us, we will be recording tonight's presentation. And if you missed any part of it, by next week, we should have it up on our magnet website. So what we're going to be doing. Okay, so I would like to go over the agenda really fast. First, I'm going to welcome Mr. Choi, our principal, and he's going to say a few words to us and also talk to you parents about some things to think about for next year. I'm going to introduce some of our teachers that are here tonight from our Modern Media and Communications Magnet. I'm going to shorten it and call it the Media Magnet. You'll hear us say that a lot. We're also going to have some great words from one of our students, Shara Cohen, who did a video in her blogging class, and we're going to share one of her blogs. Then we have Stacy Short, who is our president of Friends of Palms. She's going to speak a little bit about that organization that we have. And if you're a parent who wants to get involved, it is a great opportunity for you. Or if you want to just be able to go to the monthly meetings to hear more about what's all the things that are going on at Palms, that's a great way of getting involved as well. Finally, next, I'm going to go over some important dates and some other information. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what do we know about next year? What might it look like? And then finally, at the end of this, we are going to have a question and answer section. Now, if you're new to Zoom, if you look at your bottom bar, there is what's called a chat box. If you go to that chat box, you can actually start putting in questions now if you'd like. And our teachers or administrators, they will answer your questions as we're going through the presentation. And then if you have more clarifying questions or you just have additional questions, at the end, we're always happy to answer those as well. All right, so next we have Mr. Choi. I'm going to stop sharing my screen if you would like to introduce yourself.
Good evening, families. What a pleasure to meet you. If we were here face to face, I would be giving you a handshake. So I'm giving you a virtual handshake. Pleasure to meet everyone here tonight. I just want to give a shout out to all our staff members who are on this call. Thank you so much. I know that they're on their vacation. Thank you for being here. I know some individuals are coming from out of state to be on this call. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to share a short presentation. Let me turn on the captions for our families. So once again, my name is Leonard Choi, and I have the wonderful privilege of leading this school as your principal. In the next few years, it's going to be the pivotal or the most important years to make sure that we prepare your child for high school and the final leg of their academic journey. So this year, my theme is the comeback, okay? And my staff will hear this over and over again, and including this little slogan, the comeback is always stronger than the setback. As you know, many students have had multiple setbacks this past year. Either they couldn't see their friends, they had to do learning through a business tool called Zoom, and then teachers had to make those adjustments. And we know that the comeback year for us this year is going to be pivotal to making sure that your child is on track academically, but also social emotionally as well. And so I look forward to that. You will hear my theme over and over again, that this is going to be our greatest and comeback year. Moving on, I just want to share, especially sixth grade families that are here on the call, that, it's just a phase. Think about when we were going through middle school, right? It was a huge phase. We went through the physical development, the mental, the psychological, the spiritual. It's just a phase. But parents, here's the most important thing: do not miss out on this important phase of your child's developmental life. We think that all of a sudden, they're kind of in secondary school. They kind of, sound like and look like an adult, but they're still children. And
Yep.
so it is so important, parents, that this is just the stage before you launch them into that adulthood and into college and beyond. So please don't miss this phase, this important transitional phase. And you'll hear this more and more. So, what are some of the importance to be reminded of in the middle years? This is where your child is developing their brain. An adult brain isn't fully developed until they're about 24, 25 years old. And so during this time, they're still developing their emotional intelligence, their social, their cognitive, their physical, and communication. And this includes their spiritual development. And of course, their sense of self awareness, their who they are as an individual. The other important thing is they're starting to develop a new social context, right? Who their friends are, lockers, what they like, and all of a sudden they're gonna like have attractions to different people, right? They're gonna try to explore dating, right? How scary that must feel. The other thing too is this is where your child is going to start developing what we call habits of mind, right? And also study skills. This is so critical that you can't just set it and forget it, drop them off, and that's it. You have to be purposeful, intentional during this important, formidable years. The other thing, too, is we want our kids to be dependent, but also learn to be independent so that they can be self advocates of themselves for their own health, their own thinking, their own desires as well. But we need to create it in a context for them, right? And so those are very important. Also, this is where you as a parent need to be more active in your child's academic life. If you think about it, like in elementary, when your child was in kindergarten, first grade, I bet there were many people in this room that were room moms that volunteered to bring snacks. Why do we stop as our kids get older? I will challenge you, parents. We need parents to volunteer in your child's school. You may think, oh, my children doesn't want to see you. I promise you, they want to see you. They want to see you active. They want to see you, talking to the principal in a good way, talking to your child's teacher in a good way, right? They want to see that because they will feel secure. And then, of course, you heard the African proverbs where it says it takes a village to raise a child. This is very important where you need a community. You also need to have communication with the school, the teacher, and the office personnel. And here's an important thing, parents, is we need to be patient during this time. Your child and our students, sometimes they're going to do things that are off the wall. But we need to be patient. We need to be loving. And I want to say thank you for choosing Palms Middle School as the place to educate your child for the next 3 years of their middle years. So, what is your role as a parent? It's to affirm this personal journey that it's okay. Things are awkward, things are weird, right? Hey, your voice is changing. That's fine, but affirm them. The other thing, too, is as your child is learning, it's important that you start to connect the dots for them so that they make learning comprehensible. They make understanding of the world around them. Very important. And then another way that we want to capture their hearts, because, think about when we were teenagers and how we rebelled, right? How do we capture their heart? How do we get them back? We provide them stability, consistency. This is the age group where they're going to thrive in boundaries. So make sure as a parent, you create clear boundaries with your child. What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? And we'll talk more about this in future parent workshops. The other thing too is this is where you need to coach, your child in terms of morals and where you want them to be. And it's about affirming their values and their understanding of the world. So let me reiterate a couple of things. And these are some of my ask parents, is to get involved. Get involved. We have PTA, we have Friends of Palms, which is our booster club. You're going to hear from our president, who's been doing the tremendous work of raising additional funds for the school, but also getting excitement for our parent groups. And then, of course, joining our school's governance councils, such as School Site Council or the English Language Arts Advisory Council. So please get involved. This is the best way. Become an official LAUSD volunteer, right? Think about when we were like volunteering, we were doing everything, when they were kindergarten, first grade. Please, this is where we're going to need you the most. The other thing too is get plugged in. If you're not used to the parent portal, get used to the parent portal. The parent portal is going to get more robust. There's going to be more information. That's where school grades, your child's grades, attendance, immunization record, everything will be in this parent portal. So please make sure that you're plugged into this, okay? The other thing too is there is communication that is sent on a weekly basis directly from me. And it is sent out via email every Sunday evening, roughly around 6 to 8 p.m. So if you're not going to get that email, you're going to have to contact us. So please make sure that you update your contact information on a regular basis so that you are getting our voice messages, our text messages, and all those different information. The other thing too is I will tell you the best place to also get the current information is our school's website. It is so dense. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, but there is so much information there for you that it will answer majority of your questions. And one of the beautiful thing is we have a section specifically designed for students by students on our school's website. I hope that your child will be a contributor to the content that is there. And then, of course, parents, one of the big pledge to you is I want to be able to bring relevant parent-to-parent workshops that really help you become a better parent, and to support your child in their beautiful and wonderful journey. With that said, again, I want to reiterate my theme for this year. It is our comeback year. It's going to be exciting. I look forward to serving you and our learning community so that we prepare them day one to be successful in ninth grade. With that said, I'm gonna hand it back over to Ms. Cohen. Unfortunately, I do have to jump off. I have another Zoom meeting. Other than that, have a wonderful evening.
I'm so looking forward to getting back into the classroom and being able to see parents in person and only worry about the microphone not working instead of your computer. But hopefully that will be next year when we get to see you at back to school night and all the other functions. But what I was saying is I again wanted to thank Mr. Choi for coming and everyone for coming tonight. Let me share my screen. And I want to talk a little bit about our teachers. We have quite a few teachers that are here tonight. That one of the things that Mr. Choi kind of touched in on is our web page. So the Modern Media and Communications Magnet has a web page. So you can go on it and you can find a lot of different information. And this is one that was a page that was made by Ms. Clark, one of our wonderful video production teacher. And I'm going to hand it off to her and have her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Irene Clark, and as Kelly said, I teach video production and English, and I'm super excited to have everybody here. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have people that are coming from their vacations, like Irene, just to come and say hi tonight. That's how committed our teachers are. Ms. Gervin, are you available to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Welcome. So I'm a sixth grade teacher. I teach sixth grade English and history. One of the great things about PALMS is that in the sixth grade, because it is a transitional year, students have the same teacher for English and history as they do as different teacher for math and science. So that helps them make that transition into middle school a little bit easier. In our classrooms, we strive to have a comfortable, respectful, challenging space, and they will get a wonderful education at Palms Middle School. So I highly encourage you to apply to the Media Magnet, and I look forward to seeing everybody this fall.
Okay, thank you. And then we are growing this year. If you aren't aware, this is our second year. And so we hired 5 new teachers, and we have one here tonight. Miss Rothstein, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Abigail Rothstein. I'm so pleased and humbled and excited for this next school year at Palms Middle School. I'll be teaching 7th grade and this speech class in addition to that. I'm currently based in Washington, D.C., but was born and raised in Los Angeles and have a lot of LA pride, and I'm really excited for the year ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. One other thing is we have a very seasoned staff, and our 3 counselors all decide to retire together. So we are very fortunate to have found a wonderful new 6th grade counselor, Miss Shin. And so I'm going to give her a moment to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I'm Soojin Shin, and I'm so happy to be your 6th grade counselor. So I just want to give you a little bit of a background. So what does a counselor do, right? Well, as your counselor, I'm the person you or your child will go to if you need help with anything from your class schedules to communicating between you and your parents and your teachers, or if you really just need someone to talk to. My goal is very simple, and that's to support you and be there for you. I'm also going to be your 7th and 8th grade counselor as well. So we'll be learning and growing together through these years. So it's really exciting, and I'm so excited to get to know you all. I'm going to keep this short, but I just hope I can see many of you guys at Camp Palms in August. And it's going to be a really fun time, and I can't wait to meet you all.
Thank you so much. One thing I want to clarify is I know we do have some new 7th graders that are joining us tonight. You will have a different counselor. They weren't able to join us tonight. And what Ms. Shin was saying was when you have a counselor at Palms, you keep the same counselor for all 3 years. So the 6th grade families, Ms. Shin will be your counselor until they matriculate onto their high school. Did I miss any teachers? Is there anyone else who's teaching? Miss Anderson, I want to introduce Miss Anderson. She's one of our gifted magnet teachers, but she is also in charge of Camp Palms.
Welcome. This is my 23rd year here at Palms. Only school I've been in LA because I love it so much. But I teach 7th and 8th grade, highly accelerated algebra and geometry. And welcome. And I'll be answering probably some questions when she gets into the Camp Palms sections. So welcome again.
And thank you for joining us tonight. And then finally, I want to introduce Mr. Barbosa, who is our assistant principal, who's over counseling and also over the magnets.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Just waiting to see all you guys in the fall. We're excited about that. And like Ms. Kelly said, I am the assistant principal and I'm in charge of counseling. And I have hired 3 really good counselors, and one of them is Ms. Soojin Shin. So looking forward to work with you guys. And we're here, like she said, for the needs you have, the schedules, and whatever we can help you with. I'm in my office right now, so hopefully in the fall, I get to welcome you guys in person. All right. Thank you for being here tonight.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Barbosa. If there's any other teacher I didn't see, because there are a lot of people in the chat, please feel free just to say something right now. Did I get everyone? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, teachers, for coming tonight, and parents and students. Just a reminder, we do have that chat box. If you go down on the bottom, you'll see there's a little area that says chat. You can go in there and you can ask questions as we are talking, and they will answer them. All right, so the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a great video. This is an award-winning video from one of our students this year. your child next year, this is a theme magnet, just to remind you, their elective is chosen by the theme. So next year they're going to have a blogging class called Creative Expressions. Then they're going to have a speech class where they're going to learn debate, argumentative speech, do TED Talks. And then their 8th grade year, they're going to do video production. And they will learn how to do storyboarding, be in front of the camera, behind the camera, editing, all of that great stuff. And this is the product of one of our videos from this year, and we're very proud of it.
Hello, my name is Baron Ellis, and I'm the director of the film Online Dangers, The Power of Our Words. Now, I made this film for the main purpose of inspiring others to help those who they see get cyberbullied. And even when I was making this video, I found myself using a couple things that I learned in here on a day-to-day basis to help those who get cyberbullied. And always remember that the words you say can really change someone's life for the better. Enjoy the film. The words you say can really change someone's life for the worst. These negative words we say don't hurt us right then and there, but they can over time. It's less simple than it just being any insult. It's how you portray someone's character. When you put it in terms like that, you can really see how that could put misery upon someone so quickly. But you know, that's why we're here to help. It might be easy to ruin someone's day, but just remember, it's just as easy to make someone's day. Because the words you say can really change someone's life. And this time, let's make it for the better.
So as you can see, that was one of our award-winning films that won first place this year in a statewide competition. And Miss Irene Clark is the teacher who was essential in having this created. And it wasn't the only video that won, but it's the one I'm highlighting tonight. And we are so proud of it. The next thing I wanted to show you is I wanted to show you a video from a blog that one of our students made. And this blog is, this video is by Shira Cohen. Oops, let me pause it real quick. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, here it is. And this blog, she made this for her blog, and it's about giving advice for incoming students. So I thought it was perfect to show you guys tonight. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, new 6th graders. My name is Shira Cohen, and just a year ago, I was in the same position as you. Starting middle school is scary. There's so much to worry about, like homework and keeping up your grades. But it's also exciting, especially since you're in the Modern Meeting Communications magnet. When I came to this class, a lot of stuff looked daunting, but my wonderful teacher, Miss Okihara, made everything super easy, just like what your teacher will do. Starting to post my blog was nerve-wracking. I hated having people read my work, and I always got super nervous. By the end of our time posting blogs, though, I felt super confident in my writing. My teacher and class had created a safe place where people could freely express themselves. Starting vlogging, though, was a different story. Before we started, we had practice runs. I hated seeing myself on camera and thought I looked super weird. I started stressing about the small things. A few months ago, I wouldn't have made this a video. I would have posted it as a vlog. But as I started doing more and more vlogs, I got more and more confident in myself. I also got to experiment with video editing and learned some pretty valuable skills. This class was a life changer. I did things that I never would have done otherwise. But most importantly, I gained confidence in myself. Here are some pieces of advice that I want to leave with you. 1. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Each time you do, you'll get feedback that you will bring with you to future pieces of writing. 2. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. Do something hard. Trust me, you'll regret it if you don't. 3. Don't give up. Some things will be really hard and you'll be really nervous. Being nervous is totally okay. You're doing something that's completely new to you. But as long as you fight through those nerves, you'll be all right. I hope you have an incredible first year of middle school. Bye, guys.
All right. Let's see here. So you can see there, that is an example of one of our students' works where they worked on a piece and then it became a blog. So in 6th grade and 7th graders, don't worry if you didn't take the blogging class. We're going to get you up to speed. And this summer at some point, I'm going to be sending you information about the blog, and then you can try and experiment with it over the summertime as well. But when you come in the fall, we'll be able to get you up to speed on that. So if you're not on mute, if you could please mute yourself, that we would really appreciate it as well. All right, so a little bit about the next thing I want. Oh, one thing I want to say that Shira really touched on that is so important is we have a group of teachers that are there for you, a staff, administration, but we need to know when you need help. So that's one of the first things you need to do is not be afraid to come and talk to someone, whether it is you need help with your work, whether you need help with something that's going on at school. You need to let us know, and we are there to help you. And just that's how you're going to have a great experience. So just wanted to put that out there, students. Next thing I want to do is I want to introduce our next presenter, Stacy Short, who is our president of Friends of Palms. Stacy.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to see so many people here. I've been part of Palms for, I feel like it's going on 10 years. I've had 3 kids that have been there. My last one is in 7th grade. So I've been involved very actively since we started there. I came from a small elementary school. I had all the concerns of coming to school. And I found all the things that are being said here is that the teachers, the staff, everyone is so supportive. Everyone is available. The thing that I love most when I first started at Palms was seeing all the classrooms open at lunch, all the people around that were there to help support kids, all the clubs that are available to kids that are not quite ready to integrate. So it's a really nice, caring process to get everybody up and running from their small elementary school to this, what is a very big school. What else can I tell you? Oh, so the Friends of Palms is it's the fundraising and actually it does a majority of the work at Palms. We do have a PTA or a PTSA. It's been fairly inactive for a little while. We just got it going again. But the Friends of Palms is the organization that provides the staff lunches. We do most or all of the fundraising. Any requests the teachers, administration, anybody have come through us. We hold a monthly meeting. In the past, it's been in the library at 6:30. I think it's on the 3rd Tuesday of each month. And this last year with Zoom, it's actually worked out really well. So we're gonna debate whether or not to keep it, maybe add in 1 or 2 in-person meetings. But we really, because middle school is such a short amount of time, we really need more people to be involved. Just as you're getting involved, it's time to move on. It's kind of sad in that aspect, but anybody who has younger children who will potentially be coming to Palms after this, would love to have you come. I think we lost, when I say lost, they graduated with their kids, 4 people on our board this year. And that's probably going to be the case next year as well. So any way you want to get involved, nothing is too big, nothing is too small. We have a website. We have an actual page on the Friends of Palms on the Palms Middle School website. There's a whole section dedicated to Friends of Palms. You can find out any and all information there. And then there's an email too, so you can reach out to us for any questions. Lastly, we do hold every year a welcome picnic or a meet and greet. And that this year will be on August the 14th, just after Camp Palms, right before school starts. It's kind of fun for the kids after they've gone to Camp Palms to come to the picnic. Oh, there's my friend. This is who I met at Camp Palms. It's just a really nice environment. Families get to meet other families. And that's most of what I have to say. I'm so happy to answer any questions anybody might have. But thank you all for being here, and I'm so glad you all chose Palms.
Thank you, Stacy, for coming. And I'm sorry if you already mentioned this, but you also, when you go on the website, they have a Facebook page. And so that's a great way for parents to be able to communicate and get more information about Camp Palms. I know myself, if I need a volunteer, Stacy will put something out on the Facebook page, and that's how we find out people who are willing to help volunteer. If you're thinking of volunteering, you will want to go on the website and look up LAUSD parent volunteers, because it is a little bit of a process that you have to go through. And you might want to start that paperwork over the summertime, because it does take sometimes up to a month to get the approval for volunteering. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. So next, what I want to do is I want to talk about some important dates. Let me share my screen again. There we go. So you did get these dates in your packet, but just in case, sometimes there might be a paper missing in a packet, I do want to go over these dates again. So you can do a screenshot or get your calendar out if you haven't already put these in. Just a reminder, on the 9th of August, that is when we have the 6th grade parent check-in. Basically, that's a registration. It's when your child will get their schedule, get their books, get an iPad. If you need help with the parent portal, there'll be someone there to give out pins and things like that as well. And you will come based on your child's last name. Then on Tuesday, that is when the 6th graders will have their first day of Camp Palms, and we'll talk about Camp Palms in a second. It will start at 8:30 on that day because that's for registration. And then the following day, it will start at 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock. You'll drop them off. But on that first Tuesday, the August 10th, we will have a parent orientation from 9 till 10 in the auditorium. Now, 7th grade parents, you're going to be doing your parent check-in that day, and that is when your child's going to go and get their books and their schedule and all of that. And again, it is by last name. Then on Wednesday, the 11th, is the 2nd day of Camp Palms for the 6th graders. And then Thursday, the 12th, is the Camp Palm for 7th graders. Now, normally we don't have Camp Palms for 7th graders, but because we were unable to do it last year, we decided to do a 1-day Camp Palm. So it's going to be the entire school. So I know some of you you're new to Palms this year, but this is a great opportunity to meet the other 7th graders or other 6th graders. I can't stress enough how much fun kids have it these days. Now, we totally understand if you cannot make it. These are not the Camp Palm days are not mandatory, but they are a really fun day. One thing I want to say about forms. So you guys have all received, or you should have received, a packet from me that was the magnet enrollment forms. That included your saying that, yes, we're going to send our child to Palms Media Magnet, and that it was also a programming form, a emergency form, an RUP form, and that RUP form gave your child permission to then be able to use the electronics, and then also the photo release. Now, you are going to see many of the same forms for the parent check-in. And the reason why is we really are a school within Palm School. Even though we're all part of Palms, I have an office where I keep all the paperwork for the magnet students. And then the main school, they keep paperwork for every student in the program. And the emergency card is so important because we need to have that back. And I like having it in the magnet office because if there is an emergency where we have to call an ambulance, I don't want to have to run around and figure out if that we have your form or not. I know I will have every single form in a binder in my office, and we can take care of it and make sure your child gets the attention that they need. Now, for the modern media magnet, the RUP form is very important. As you see, we are heavily into tech. So we need to make sure every student has signed off on their tech form. And then we are also heavily into video and production. So it's very important that students have that photo release so that we can share student films, student blogs, things like that. So it's very important that you sign off on that as well. Going forward on this date here, you'll see on the 16th of August is our first day of instruction. So that is when your kids will be showing up to school. And then I wanted to put in here coffee with the principal. If you want to get more information, one-on-one information with Mr. Choi and other people at the school, once a month, we have what's called Coffee with the Principal. It is from 8:30 to 9:30, and they usually have a highlight of a topic that they are discussing. And it also is a place where parents and families can talk more one-on-one with the principal as well. Now, this year, we have a 5-day weekend, holiday weekend, and it starts on the 3rd of September, and it goes through Friday, the 3rd of September, and it goes through Tuesday the 7th. So if you feel like you didn't get enough vacation or you didn't have that opportunity, that might be the time to do this short family trip. No, it is 5 days this year. There's a Jewish holiday that lands on the Monday, I believe, and that's why, or on the Tuesday, and that's why it's longer than normal. And then this is tentative. I know we all like to get those school pictures, so put it on your calendar. Wednesday, the 15th of September is the tentative date for school pictures for your children. All right. Middle school check-in. So we talked about this a little bit so you can actually see the dates. One reason why I brought this up, even though I just went over the date, is sometimes you can't make it on the day. There is a day that's all grades. Like if you have multiple children and you don't want to come on the different days, you can come on Thursday the 12th. One reason we don't have like 7th graders or 8th graders come on the 6th grade day is we don't have the books out for them. Okay, so it's really important to come on your day. Otherwise, you can come on the all grade makeup, but it is the busiest day of the pre-check. That is the day you will have the longest line. And let me just say, you are going to be going through quite a few lines. Please give yourself 2 hours to get through all the lines just in case. There's a lot of families that will be going through, and we try and get through as fast as possible, but you're getting a lot of information that day. All right, Camp Palms. I'm going to turn this over to Miss Anderson. She's going to tell us a little bit more about Camp Palms.
Hello again. And just real quick on the registration, if you plan on buying your PE uniforms, I can just tell you real quick if you're curious. PE shirts are $10, PE shorts are $15, and an optional gym bag are $5. Some parents suggest possibly getting 2 uniforms in case one gets left in the locker and doesn't come home to get washed. So just a suggestion. If you are going to be buying them on the Monday you come for registration, is cash only. So just give you a little heads up there. You might want to bring some cash if you want to buy the PE clothes on that day. But back to camp. Gosh, we've had camp for years. It's 2 days for 6th graders. That's at Tuesday and Wednesday, and 1 day for 7th grade. We've never had 7th grade. Well, we did years ago. There's 8 sessions, 4 on the first day and 4 on the next day. And there's sessions like they're going to go on a scavenger hunt around the campus. So because they weren't able to do the tours, they're going to get to know the campus. There's going to be a walking tour. That's a new one this year, just so they get to know where the restrooms are, how to go through the cafeteria to get their lunch. We have a meet new friends session. We have 2 PE lockers, just because they didn't have the same kind of PE in elementary schools, how to use the lockers in the PE. We have our library is phenomenal. They're going to learn about the library. And they're also going to do a session on Schoology / the website. So they will start to get familiar with our PALMS website, which is a great way to contact teachers through emails. I would highly recommend if you could come for the 2 days. And just from talking to past 6th grade teachers, many students, this is where they meet like their best friends, is from camp. And what's great about having the picnic afterwards is they're going to be able to see those new friends that they met at camp at the picnic if you come on that next Saturday. So it is free. I put that in the chat. It's not a cost for you. Yes, those are the correct amounts, $10, $15, and $5 in the chat. I encourage you to come. It's a great time for them, and welcome again. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah, so when she was talking about the PE clothes, those are for classes in the fall. Some people like to get their, it's kind of good to get it while you're doing the parent check-in. The kids aren't wearing their PE clothes during Camp Palms unless they could, because they are, you guys, your check-in, our 6th graders, your check-in is on Monday. If they feel like wearing them on Tuesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, they may. And then 7th graders, this is a great day for you as well. All right, so next, I want to talk a little bit about our website. Our website is amazing. It has a lot of information. I know Mr. Choi talked about it earlier, but I cannot stress enough, if your child mentions something and you're like, what are you talking about? Chances are you're going to find it on the website. But like Mr. Choi said, it has a lot of information. So sometimes I find this is our landing page. You can go to palmsmiddleschool.org and go up to the magnifying glass, the search tool, and you can put in what you're looking for, whether it's parent portal information. If you haven't done the parent portal, you will want to do it. Unfortunately, we don't actually get the official rollover of your students until after July. So we're unable to give you your pins yet if you don't have one. But like I said, during the parent check-in, there will be an opportunity for you to get the pin at that time. You can find the media magnet page. Teachers they're going to be having their own page. So a lot of times you can see on there what their syllabus is, their contact information, different things that they do that they will find. Emails are in here, but you can also email teachers through Schoology or through the parent portal. After school programs. I know a lot of people want to know about after school programs. We are planning on having after school programs. Team Primetime is our sports after school program. There is a fee that goes along with it, but they have a bunch of different sports in the past. They've had like flag football, they've had soccer, basketball. We will find out what they will have next year, depending on what the restrictions are. But our teachers also do a lot of after school programs like a jazz band, art, a lot of homework clubs, things like that you'll find there. And club information. I know last night a lot of people asked me about what kind of clubs do we have. Well, one thing that's great about clubs is they're student based a lot of times. Now there might be a teacher who has like a gardening club or or they might have a journalism or something that they're doing. But a lot of times students will have an idea of something they want to do for a club. For the example I like to give is, one year I had students that really wanted to do a jewelry making club. And what they have to do is they have to find a sponsor, someone that they can go to their room and have a designated time. And usually they have to create a charter that then goes through the leadership class. And that's how clubs are made. So each year there might be a little bit of a different club. I know we've had chess club in the past. So go on to the website. You can see right now we are listing all the clubs that we had even during distance learning. And then technology help. So if your child is struggling with their iPad, there is a page for technology help. And also, like Mr. Choi said, there is, we have a group of students that have created help videos, and they're a technology club that we have a page for them as well. It's pretty exciting. All right, next, I want to really briefly touch about magnet transportation, because I know that's a question a lot of families have. So with the magnet program, you have to live more than 5 radius miles outside of the PAM school. So this here is an example of the map that they use. You can see if there was a pin here and we were to draw a straight line and draw around in a circle, that is the 5 radius miles from Palms. To qualify, you have to live outside of this red area. Well, how do you know if you do? If you go to our website, go to the magnet programs, and then you'll see there's a tab that says magnet transportation. You'll click on a magnifying glass that's on it comes to a page that looks similar to this. You'll click on the magnifying glass, you'll put in your street address. Once you put in your street address, a new map will pop up, and I find that it kind of enlarges to where your house is. You need to then go back and zoom in, so that once you zoom in, you can see, is your house within or is it without? If it's outside the red area, you will qualify for the transportation. If it's inside, you will not. And we have nothing to do with the transportation. There is no application. All of your addresses that are in MISIS. So if your address is not up to date, and you live outside of it, but your current address is within it, you will not be offered transportation. You will need to reach out to Ms. Green, our office technician, to update your address. But if you have any questions, you can contact 1-800-LA-BUSES. They are the ones that deal with all of the transportation. You will not find out your routes and your pickup times until about a week before school starts, because there's a lot of kids, changing schools, adding schools, so they don't do the final routes until that time. And you should be getting either an email, so you always want to make sure your emails are up to date, or they may mail it of your child's routes and the pickup times. So once again, unfortunately, I've had people who they lived 4.99. They did not qualify, but their neighbor across the street did. I know that's frustrating, but that's how the district does it. You can always call them and talk to them. The magnet at Palms, we have no control over the transportation. Okay, we just coordinate, getting the kids on the bus and making sure they arrive safely. This number is also important if your child does ride the bus. If the bus ever doesn't come or is late, you need to call this number to contact the dispatch so that they can find out what's going on with the bus. All right. So now we're done with the presentation. I just want to say a couple words about the program. That's very exciting. I don't know, you might have seen my presentation earlier on. That's why I didn't go into everything. But a couple things have happened in the last couple months. One, we are now a CTE, a career technical education program, which means that Ms. Clark went back and she got her certification. It enabled us, we have a $120,000 grant that we were awarded for next year. So we're going to be getting a lot of equipment for that video production class. We also have an articulation agreement with Hamilton High School. So that means that our students, what they learn at our school, if they want to continue on into learning more about video production, they're going to have a pathway that's built for them at Hamilton High School. So that's very exciting. And Hamilton High School is a CTE program. So that means they're building a pathway with the community college, because the whole idea of career and technical education is that your child will get the training to be able to get a good paying job after they graduate, maybe while they're going to college, so they can make a decent wage while they're going to college or go straight into a career. And so that's very exciting. Another exciting news that we just found out today, we had already partnered up with Fox Studios, but they've just made a 2-year commitment to us. And they just awarded us a $15,000 to also put towards the Modern Media and Communications Magnet. So we have a lot of really exciting things. And finally, we are the first pilot school for the Visual Effects Society, where they are reaching out to schools, and we are their pilot school. They've already had guest speakers that have come in, people who've worked on Spider-Man, Star Wars. They're coming in and they're teaching our students tricks that they use on their own jobs, and they're showing so many interesting things. So it's so much is going on. I think you've made a really good choice with our school. Your child is going to be really happy. And another thing is, this is a really safe school. Our teachers care about them. We want to make sure that, you know, they feel safe, because when kids feel safe, they're going to do better in school, and then everyone will be able to. Oops, someone's unmuted. Thank you. And go forward from there. So again, students, parents, if there ever is a problem, please let us know. So now I'm going to open it up to everyone. If anyone has a question that they would like us to answer that was not answered in the chat, please feel free to ask us. That means we did really well in that chat. Anyone, you can unmute yourself if you want, or if someone sees something in the chat, feel free to say it out loud. Oh, what is the bell schedule for the fall? So it's going to go back to, I believe, from 8 to 3. And then on Tuesdays, we will have like a minimum short day where kids get out around 1:30. Is that correct, Terry? Yeah, because students will get out around 1:30. Oh, one thing I forgot, the next thing. What do we know about next year? Okay, so there's been some updates that have come out. Now, this is a fluid direction that we're going in, because as we know, things could change a month from now. But as it is right now, the superintendent has said that the students will be returning 5 days a week, 6 classes a day, wall to wall. Okay, we don't know how many kids that's going to mean in the classroom. That will all be determined within the next month or so. If your child is not, or you don't feel comfortable with your child attending wall-to-wall classes, the district right now has said they're going to try and offer online classes, but they're not going to be the classroom teachers offering these online classes. They're going to be through our COSA. And what a COSA is our community of schools. We are part of the Hamilton High School. So Hamilton High School is our high school, we are the middle school, and then we have lots of elementary schools that are part of our COSA. So teachers that have medical leaves or other teachers, they will be part of almost like an online academy, and students that choose that, they will then do distance learning with those teachers. Now, we haven't been told, are students able to go and then change their mind? Is there a commitment? We don't know the answer to that yet. But that is what we've been told that they will be planning. So when does the campus open so we can drop off? If you can unmute yourself. If you're talking about forms, the campus is open next week from 8 to 3. My last day is tomorrow, but Miss Green, our office technician, will be here. You can still drop off forms or anything else you need to turn in at that time.
Kelly,
yes.
This is Susan. Hi. Yeah, I was wondering, like, when school opens, when can we drop off in the morning? Because school starts 8 to 3. Is there any time before school, like how school used to open? I don't know, like I'm used to elementary school, like 7:30. Will the school district start allowing the school to open earlier than like 7:55 or?
I'll let Mr. Barbosa talk about that, but we don't have a morning program. Mr. Barbosa, do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so we don't have a morning program, and typically, you know, I'm asking typically we open the school around 7:30, and you know, students are free to come in, and we have supervision on the quad. However, we do not know what restrictions we're going to have or what protocols we need to put in place. For example, we might have to check in the students with a QR code like we did for the end
Sure.
of the semester. So that information is a little fluid, and as we get closer, we will have more information, and we will communicate with the parents as to what our protocols are going to be.
Okay. So school could open hopefully before at 7:30
Yes,
to just
yes.
drop off.
Right.
Okay.
That's the hope that we have.
Awesome. We're
All right.
excited to be there. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, and I'm sorry if I missed any question that was in the chat. If you have any other question, feel free to let us know. I'm hoping I covered everything. All right. Well, again, oh, go ahead.
There was a question in the chat. Are kids required to wear masks or only if they've been vaccinated?
Okay.
I think we're going to get more information on that as we get closer to opening.
As of right now, they've said that kids are going to be wearing masks, but once again, they're also going to go by whatever the CDC and whatever the County of LA recommends, and what is determined over the summer. The school might have their own restrictions. We don't know. Like, that's one of the things where it's a wait and see at this point. Okay. Okay, so late buses and after school programs. So we will have an after school program. Again, you can find that on the website. There will be some sports, some club type things. It will differ. We'll find out which ones will be offered as we get closer to next year. I am currently trying to find out if the district will provide a late bus. Historically, we haven't had a late magnet bus, but magnet students are always welcome to participate in any of the activities. But if we do not end up being issued a late magnet bus, it would mean that the families would need to come and pick them up if they get transportation. All right. All right, I just want to thank everyone. I know my teachers, staff for coming out on your vacation, parents and students for coming out in the evening time. We are very excited to have you guys come and join us next year. It's summertime. We can take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and really relax so that we are ready. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things that at Palms, we are going to be looking at ways to build relationships for these students, because for the last year, they haven't had those opportunities. So that is going to be one of the focuses, trying to get relationships rebuilt. And that starts with Camp Palms. There has been volleyball historically. We will see if they will have it next year, but historically there has been. All right. Thank you again. I'm going to end the meeting. If you have any questions, you can always email me. I'm off, but every once in a while I will check my emails. You just have to be patient for me to reply back. All right. Thank you.